What is up there? Welcome to a brand new video on 414 Anime. In today's video, we are looking at the latest chapter of the Shield Hero manga, chapter 75. The manga took a short break after chapter 74, so we have had a good 2-month wait for this one, and the wait was most certainly worth it. As always, make sure you smash that like button to let me know that you want more Shield Hero videos, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when new Shield Hero videos go live on the channel. In the meantime, why not check out my Shield Hero playlists for character facts and more Shield Hero lore. And of course, goes without saying, but there will be Shield Hero spoilers here as we are looking into the manga, so you have been warned. So, with that being said, grab yourself a beverage, let's roll intro and get straight into the video. Today's video is sponsored by Devil's Book. Devil's Book is a super kawaii MMO with a really fun battle system, hand-drawn action, and I've got to say that it's the hand-drawn aspect of this game that I love the most. It just looks so awesome. There are 30 characters to choose from, each with characteristic skills, fancy skill effects, and their own stories that keep you wanting more. You can customize your character using the character dice system, as well as collecting more than 100 collectible items such as equipment, upgrades, and abilities. Devil's Book is simple to play. It has a trio tag system using 3 shapes: rock, paper, and scissors. Using these shapes, you can gain different advantages, making your skills more efficient. It really is an easy tactical battle system. There is also so much to do in the game, as you can follow the main story, test your skills in the Tower of Conquest, compete with others PvP style, and enter boss dungeons to defeat the strongest monsters. You can do this solo, or you can form a party with others on the open field and go on adventures together. And it gets better. After chapter 1, you will unlock Selective Summon, meaning you will get unlimited rolls until you get the character you want. Strongly recommend giving Devil's Book a go. Like I mentioned, the hand-drawn art style alone got me hooked. So, if you want to give it a go yourself, link is in the description below. Go download it now. This chapter was titled The Hunting Hero's Skills, and yeah, we finally see a bit more of what Kazuna is capable of during combat. And I love the front cover for this chapter. It features our girl Raphtalia, the new vassal weapon holder of the katana, wearing the kimono picked out for her by Therese, which in my opinion really suits her. Kazuna and Glass are both there too, along with the Shikigami, Rothchan, and Chris. The words "I believe in you" are also on the cover, which I personally think is a really nice touch. So, in chapter 74, quite a lot kicked off, and I'll go over this as 1, this is my first manga chapter review on the channel, and 2, it's been 2 months since our last chapter, so a recap is always good, right? So, Raphtalia was chosen by the Vassal Katana as its new master, which seriously angered the unknown douchebag mini-villain who had just been rejected publicly by the Katana. This guy seriously has no chill, as we have already seen in his encounter with Naofumi, Rishia, and Kazuna, and don't worry, as he will get a very amusing name later in the chapter. In his anger, he wants what he thinks is his. With a batch of tiger summons and guards, is hunting down Raphtalia, Glass, Lark, and Therese, who had all fled the scene. Now, I should point out here that these tiger summons are replicas of Byakko, which are beasts like that of the spirit turtle. So yeah, they're currently in a spot of bother. We saw that Raphtalia also lost her slave seal with Naofumi when becoming the vassal hero of the katana, but is finally found by Rothchan. At this time, Naofumi, Rishia, and Kazuna have all split up in their search, but are currently in combat with the many tigers now in the area. We also saw that Rothchan's arrival triggered something in Glass, as the only other person she knew with a Shikigami was Kazuna, who she had been searching for and managed to finally find her, saving her from the overwhelming amount of tiger summons. The unnamed douche villain finally comes across Naofumi before Raphtalia jumps in, and the two are finally reunited, and at the perfect moment, I may add. She says, "I am Naofumi-sama's sword, nothing more and nothing less, but if becoming a hero prevents you from pretending to be one, I'll gladly take this instead." The final words on that chapter read, "We won't be separated again." ever. Big entrance, and it was so good to finally see Naofumi and Raphtalia side by side again, which has left us craving this next chapter after an agonizing 2-month wait. So without further ado, let's get into chapter 75. We kick things off right where chapter 74 left off. Naofumi and Raphtalia are finally reunited and straight in the heat of combat. Naofumi notices that Raphtalia is wielding the Vassal Katana and stated that the blade has good eyes for choosing Raphtalia as its master, and I'm interested to see where this goes as she is now a hero just as Naofumi. Naofumi of course turns his attention to the guy standing before them and does only what Naofumi does best and taunts him by saying, "That self-proclaimed Mr. Genius is just angry because he wasn't chosen," and then goes on to state that the katana must not have wanted him as its master, saying that the guy's reaction is that of trash. Not only does Naofumi throw out his big trash insult, but he does this all with the most smuggest of grins, again only capable by that of Naofumi. The guy really knows how to get under a person's skin, and it is without a doubt one of my most favourite things about Naofumi. The guy just doesn't hold back with his words. Back to the action. Raphtalia has been with Naofumi long enough to know how he operates, and this is further testament to both their teamwork and their bond. She states that she hasn't even said a word but knows the entire situation by simply observing him. Naofumi's taunts of course work, and the guy charges in a blind rage only to be halted by Naofumi's shield. His attack was far too weak to pierce Naofumi's defenses and is easily shrugged off. The guy still proclaims that they are nothing more than thieves trying to steal their country's weapon, to which Naofumi reveals that he should actually try to get on Raphtalia's side rather than trying to kill her, and that the weapon would not yield to him if he somehow managed to kill Raphtalia anyway. As well as this, he also informs him that he is no thief, but in fact one of the holy heroes from another world. A bit of a reoccurring theme here, but the guy of course chooses not to listen and instead attacks them both with fire magic. And this is now Raphtalia's turn to get in on the action. Using a new move called Crescent Moon Slash, she easily disposes of the attack, only to find out it was a ruse to get her away from Naofumi so the tigers could circle around him. As the tigers close in and Naofumi braces himself, an attack comes out of nowhere dispensing the tigers, followed by a very familiar voice greeting Naofumi with the words, "Yo kiddo." There of course is only one person to choose those words, and to no surprise it is none other than Lark and Therese to the rescue. The two share brief pleasantries, I guess you could say, as Lark tells Naofumi he looks healthy, and Therese asks Naofumi what he thinks of the kimono she had picked out for Raphtalia. Now, I love the relationship between both Naofumi and Lark, and it really is a shame that Naofumi hadn't been summoned a hero into their world or vice versa, as the two clearly get on, and I've always enjoyed the scenes involving these two. Even the combat between the two, you can see such a mutual respect for one another. Naofumi snarks in classic Naofumi standard as he confirms that they had been with Raphtalia this whole time, before Lark responds in saying that it wasn't just him and Therese with her, as Glass makes her big entrance on the scene along with Kazuna. And going back to the relationship between these lot, this part of the chapter really felt like some sort of a school reunion. These heroes obviously have a sort of respect for one another, albeit for their duty to save their own worlds at the expense of the other. Again, if only these heroes were swapped with the spear, sword, and bow heroes. Could you imagine just how much these guys would have accomplished together? We only got a glimpse of it during Calmyra, and I really want more, damn it. And of course, the rest of the gang appear, that being Risha, Philo, and Rafchan, who are in combat with the girls who are the followers of this trash guy. These girls also seem to be completely blind to the person he is, but as Therese states, there must be something about him that they don't see, but all the same, she still feels sorry for them. Now the gang are together, the tables still don't really seem to be in their favor. They are circled by tigers and all the exits are blocked by samurai guards. Trash Guy is smug and ever so cocky, saying that they are all naive, they can't use any teleport skills in this town, and that he will spare the lives of anyone who does not have a vassal weapon. The situation of course seems dire, but they prepare to face the oncoming threat head on before Kazuna steps forward to show us all what she is made of. She of course tries to reason with the trash guy and handle the situation through negotiation. She tells him that she is the hunting hero, the holy hero of this world, and that the events in which Raphtalia became the vassal wielder of the katana was an accident, and that an apology would be made formally as a courtesy between the two countries. But of course, he is having none of this at all. He claims that she is trying to start a war, and this guy is just really super deluded and twists everything with it in his favor. He of course simply wants to kill Raphtalia, take the vassal weapon for himself, and imprison the others. No matter what is said to him, he will simply not listen, as he sees himself as something far greater than what he actually is. With no other option, Kazuna wields her legendary weapon and strikes everyone around her, apart from the good guys of course, with a technique of hers called Law Needle. Now, of course, Kazuna and her weapon can't kill or do damage to any other human, but this doesn't mean she can't fight. The skill Law Needle doubles all the damage that the target will take next. Kazuna uses this in the hope that it puts them on equal footing and that the negotiations can move forward, but of course, the trash guy is having none of this and wants to flex what power he thinks he has over them. So, to demonstrate his current situation, Kazuna takes out all of the tigers in the area as a warning and says that though she can only take out the beasts, this is the effect of the double damage and that she is not alone here. Of course, the others do not have the restriction of not being able to damage another person. Following this action, panic erupts as all of the guards begin to flee, but the girls stay with their master. He screams at the others for running, but says that the girls must flee. He says, "What is there to be afraid of? You just go like your life depends on it." A voice is heard by him that says, "Then, isn't it fine for you to go first?" Following these words, Raphtalia had passed him in the blink of an eye and has cut him clean in half, kind of like Darth Maul style. This panel is super gruesome and it really shows us the difference in skill between Raphtalia and the trash guy, as well as the reasoning as to why Raphtalia was chosen as the worthy wielder of the katana over him. So yeah, the big threat is now over, and Naofumi of course simply says, "He sure was trash." Raphtalia tries to tell him off for his disrespect, but Naofumi shrugs it off, saying, "It was a fact after all. I'll name him trash number 2. Again, this is why I really love Naofumi, and I love how Glass adds to this by saying, "Right, even though I may not remember him." It's just like Glass to be so high and mighty like that, and it's kind of a nice moment between the two enemies. Kazuna mumbles in response, to which Naofumi says that the gamble paid off, and thanks to Kazuna, they were all still alive, but says that if she thinks she can do better, then she is getting ahead of herself. Locke calls Naofumi out for what he had said, but Kazuna agrees with Naofumi, saying that he was right. Her actions were all because she thought she could make things better, and it was an act on the person she wanted to be, but states it's difficult to have a proper discussion. Now, I couldn't really work out if she meant the trash guy or Naofumi here. Like, the trash guy was a person who would just not listen, so I suppose if she was talking about him, it could be a feeling of somewhat remorse that the situation ended the way it did and couldn't be resolved peacefully. Now, if she meant Naofumi, then I guess it's understandable, as Naofumi is a guy that can be super hard to talk to. He is of course really blunt and speaks his mind a little too abruptly, so she could just be saying that it wasn't worth trying to change Naofumi's views. What did you make of this? Like I said, I wasn't quite sure what was happening at this point, so let me know in the comments if you do. Either way, they all proceed to the Dragon Hourglass to go back to Kazuna's country and begin preparations for their pursuit of Kyo. And there we go, that was chapter 75 of The Rising of the Shield Hero. This felt like a really short chapter, as it was really just that one scene, comboed with the fact that we had been waiting 2 months for this one. Still, there was some pretty cool stuff in there. You know, the group is all finally together and the pursuit of Kyo can begin again. We saw Raphtalia briefly use her new katana, and of course we were given a taste of Kazuna's skills, which was, in my eyes, a bonus. What did you make of this chapter? I'm really looking forward to this next part in the story, and I would love to make more videos covering the manga chapters as they come out. Of course, this is super new for me, and I thought I'd try out a different style. So again, let me know in the comments what you thought of this video, and if you'd like more as the chapters come out monthly. As well as the comment, if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more Shield Hero content just like this, make sure to smash the like button and share this video with a fellow fan of the series. series. Of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. There are plenty more Shield Hero videos coming out, and I don't want you to miss a single one. As always, a huge shout out to Warwick, Animator22, Brian, Blake, Andrew, Bastuna, Zintak, Emlyn, and Kivase for supporting me on Patreon. Don't forget to head on over there yourself to check out the amazing rewards, including a super special awesome exclusive series for Patreons only. But that is it from me. Till next time, my fellow weaves. Peace!